Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are at Powell Elementary School in Petworth. I am joined by the Chair of America 250. Chair Rosie Rios is leading the nation in its plans to celebrate the semi-quincentennial, July 4th, 2026. We're also recognizing the achievement of the students at Powell, who shepherded through the Council of the District of Columbia a law that makes the redback salamander the official amphibian for Washington, D.C. So with that, I'll take a few questions. Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the planning for this? I mean, I know it's been a 10-year commission. Can you talk about why 10 years you need it, and also why are we announcing it today and preparations over the next year?
Let me turn to Chair Rios.
Thank you so much for that question. So we were established by legislation in 2016. We were populated as a commission in full in 2018. I was appointed as chair in the summer of 2023. So we launched officially in the public domain on July 4th, 2023 with America's Invitation. So that's a video portal that's still active where anyone could go online at America250.org and submit your videos of your ideas, your suggestions, maybe your memories of the bicentennial, which I remember very well. We've also launched additional planning, including our national signature program, America's Field Trip, what we launched as a pilot last year. This is a national student competition for grades 3 through 12 who get to answer the question, what does America mean to me? The beauty of this program is that the award recipients get to choose from a series of backstage experiences with our federal agencies, most of which have never been offered to the public before. So it's a great way to rediscover our country all over again, but most importantly, to inspire this next generation of leadership. To plant the seeds that the American dream is still possible, and for hopefully for all of us to feel like this is the land of opportunity all over again. We also launched Our American Story. Our American Story is the ability for people to go online right now to our website and nominate whose story you think should be preserved in perpetuity at the Library of Congress. And then that's going to inform us of where we're going to go next summer, where we're literally taking Airstreams on the road, going to all 56 parts of our country to record those stories that have never been told before. We're going to the deep south. We're going to farmlands. We're going to rural America. We're going to tribal nations. We're going to faith-based communities. We want to, again, have a constructive way to tell the stories, all of our American stories. So this is a journey. I call this this is the movement. We hope that this programming lasts long after 2026, but we will also have those moments, the moments of celebration. Of course, we will have all the July 4th activations, and I would say that the beauty of what we're doing here today is that we were able to establish official America 250 commissions in all 56 parts of our country, the 50 states, the 5 occupied territories, and D.C. And today, we are celebrating the establishment of D.C. 250 under Mayor Bowser's leadership. And so today is a very, very important day for all of us to know that all 56 parts of our country are activated with our nation's capital taking a leading role.
Yeah. I'm Lauren Lopkin from the Washington Post. I have an off-topic for the Chancellor.
Questions about American
Sure.
currency? Thank you.
Can I follow up with another question?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
Ryan, WTOP. Ms. Rios, I have a question for you. You mentioned that you remember the bicentennial.
I do.
Did you feel that you saw yourself, and I ask this because I used to teach high school, and often I taught in a C6 Waiter program, and my kids said, Ms. Ryan, I know you're a good teacher, but we don't see ourselves enough in this curriculum. How do you address that in our 250th anniversary?
Yeah. So the question about the bicentennial and me being a 10-year-old girl, literally, at the time that it happened. So look, my parents came from Mexico in 1958. They landed in Hayward, California, which is part of the Bay Area, because my dad was a seasonal migrant worker at the Hunt's Tomato Factory. My mom, who ended up raising all 9 of us as a single parent and sent all 9 of us off to college, I'll tell you what I felt that night. So July 4th, 1976 was a cloudy night in Hayward, California, but those fireworks were never brighter. So for someone like my mom, who, again, left everything behind to focus on us and know that the American dream was possible, she could have gone back to Mexico. She decided to stay in the Bay Area. And I will say that on that night, yes, I felt that I had the whole world in front of me. I did feel that anything was possible. Who would have thought, again, not only did she send all 9 of us off to college, I went to Harvard, my son went to Harvard, my son is now an entrepreneur here in D.C., my daughter is getting her Ph.D. So, yes, I see myself in the American dream. I think I see my kids, obviously, in their own American dream. And this is why programs like Our American Story are so important, because I don't think my story is that unique. I think there are lots of stories just like that. And again, our goal is to unbury those stories. I also think that's why it's important for America's field trip to have kids participate, because out of the mouths of babes, if you go online and you look at the submissions from the first pilot round, you will see artwork, you will see essays, you will see stories of kids who maybe were immigrants themselves and who see themselves today and in their future. Look, we are not perfect, but we can be more perfect. You can still love your country and want it to be more perfect. So that's why it's not just us, it's everyone. We all have to be part of this effort. It has to be grassroots. It has to be community driven. I say from Guam to Alaska, from Fairbanks to Philadelphia, and everything in between. We also all have to feel like this is our commemoration and celebration.
Good afternoon, Felicia Ashley, ABC7. For Ms. Rios, I'm here talking about arts, performing arts. Are there any programs within our community that you're excited to partner with or work with? I know my mind jumps to the Anacostia Performing Arts Center. Are there any that you feel like would enhance this as well to partner with?
Absolutely. So just to keep in mind, in addition to our 24-member commission, we also have a number of federal agencies who are also part of our commission. We anticipate that most of the federal agencies will also start their own planning efforts. But we are working very closely with the National Archives, with the Library of Congress, with the Smithsonian, with the National Park Service, with all the other federal agencies. I mean, they've been planning this for, 48 and a half years already, right? We're kind of walking into their party. But there are so many programs that are already activated and so many more in the pipeline. So, for example, another one that I'm really, really excited about is America Innovates. So I was born and raised in Silicon Valley, but Silicon Valley really is a state of mind. It's it's in Kentucky, it's in D.C., and my son has a startup here. It's in North Carolina, it's in Massachusetts. So America Innovates is our way of taking tech on the road. We already received a lovely invitation from Governor Polis from the state of Colorado, who wants to be the first one to host America Innovates. Obviously, Colorado also has big tech, but it also has the Air Force Academy. It has the U.S. Olympic Training Center, has the United Airlines Training Center. So to think about technology and integrating that into aerospace, into sports, it's really going to capture the minds of these kids. This is as much about the future as it is the past. And you'll see that a lot of our programming is very interactive. It's very physical. It's about the connection that we lost during the pandemic that we need so badly. And this is why, again, just to kind of drop one more program, which is so important to me, which is America Gives. America Gives is intended to be a national service effort using the 2 federally recognized days of service to make giving back a year-round event. So starting with MLK in January, working towards 9/11, which people don't realize is the 2nd federally recognized day of service, we want to make 2026 the largest year of volunteer hours ever recorded by one country. It's never happened before. Everything we're proposing is unprecedented in scope and scale. But look, a lot of kids have to do community service in order to graduate from high school. My kids had to do it. They went to Walt Whitman High School in Bethesda, Maryland. So why didn't we do that as a family? There's no reason why we all couldn't have done it together. What we're learning from the LA experience now, giving matters. Those are the values on which this country were founded. We want to make giving back part of our lifestyle, part of our DNA. That's what I'm most excited about.
Thank you so much. I want to respond to 2 of the questions that came up because it is so exciting that we're launching DC 250 right now. Because that question about do you see yourself reflected, part of the job of DC 250 is to make sure that every one of our communities sees themselves reflected in the stories that we tell about the history and future of our country here in DC. And so the task force is made up of people who are plugged into all of those communities, and that's going to be our job in this effort. In terms of taking advantage of the resources that the city has, Destination DC has been doing an effort bringing together all of the federal partners for a while. And there is a lot of planning that's been going on or at the federal level with federal institutions and increasingly plugging in local folks. But DC 250, we have Rebecca Otero Lemos, who is Humanities DC, Laura Haygood, who's the head of the DC History Center, others who are plugged into the DC community. We're going to take advantage of all of those assets. We need to figure out what are the best ways to do it. I sort of overheard the mayor say, I have some ideas. Well, we need lots of people to plug in ideas so we can take advantage of those assets and make sure that everyone in this city feels like they are reflected in this celebration and in this moment.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Can we get a quick, tell us how to say it? 250th is the semi,
You got this. No, you got this.
Semi-quincentennial. Semi-quincentennial. Semi, say it with me, semi-quincentennial. Semi-quincentennial. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.